Hello my friends and welcome to a new episode on your channel Pure English. So today's lesson will be tackling the topic of business English, and the particular topic that we will be handling in this video is talking about cardinal numbers versus ordinal numbers. Maybe the two terms are quite new to most of you. Maybe you don't know what the difference is or what these are. And the purpose of this lesson is to tell the two concepts apart for you to be able to use each one correctly and effectively. So normally the difference between them is about the function. So cardinal numbers are just the normal numbers, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So cardinal numbers refer to counting. We use them to counting or to just number the things in a certain list or in a certain series. Whereas ordinal numbers, from their name, they refer to the order of something. So they refer to the position of somebody or the order of something within a group of people or within a group of things. For example, the number 1 is a cardinal number which is used for counting, and its equivalent ordinal number is first. So 1 is the cardinal number, whereas first is its ordinal counterpart or its ordinal version. Another example, the number 2. 2 is the cardinal number, whereas its ordinal number is second. Right. So now let me tell you what the ordinal numbers are for the first 10 numbers. So what we will be handling right now, what we will be exhibiting, is the equivalent ordinal numbers for the first 10 cardinal numbers. So what are the first 10 cardinal numbers? These are simply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. So what are the equivalent ordinal numbers for these first 10 cardinal numbers? They are as follows. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then starting from 6, the ordinal number of any cardinal number is made just by adding the suffix th to its end. For instance, the ordinal number for the cardinal number 7 is seventh. So you just add the suffix th to the end of the cardinal number. Another one, 9. That's the cardinal number 9. The ordinal number for that is ninth. Another one, the cardinal number 11. The ordinal number for that is 11th. Right, so what you do is that you add the suffix th to the end of the cardinal number starting from 6. And regarding the first 5 cardinal numbers, for the cardinal number 1, the ordinal number is first. For the cardinal number 2, the ordinal number is second. For 3, it's third. For 4, it's fourth. And for 5, it's fifth. And then the rule applies up to 20. Well, starting from 20, what we do in order to make the ordinal number is that we use the ordinal number of the digit on the right. What does that mean? A number like 31, which is 31. 31. This is a cardinal number. Its ordinal number will be 31st. 31st. So what we did here is that we used the ordinal number for the digit on the right, which is the 1. Another example, a number like 43, which is 43, 43. So this is the cardinal number. The ordinal number for that will be 43rd, 43rd, which is 40 added to the ordinal number of the digit on the right, which is 3. Another example, a number like 72, 72. This is a cardinal number, which is 72, read from the left to the right, 72. In order to make the ordinal number from that cardinal number, what you need to do is using the word 70 and using the ordinal number of the digit on the right, which is 2. So it becomes 72nd. So this is how you say the ordinal numbers for each cardinal number. If we move 10 by 10, the ordinal numbers will be 20th, 30th, 40th. Notice the suffix yeth. So all these words will be ending in the suffix or ending with the suffix ieth, ieth. So 20th for 20. 30th, I'm talking now about the ordinal numbers for the cardinal numbers each 10 or with an increment of 10. So 20 becomes 20th, 30th for 30, 40th for 40, 50th for 50, 60th for 60, 70th for 70, 80th for 80, 90th for 90. And when we talk about 100, we can say the order of that person or the order of that thing is the hundredth, which is the word 100 and the suffix th as usual added to its end. So you say that this person or this thing is positioned or is ordered as the hundredth. What if it's 120, which is the order of the person or the thing? It's 120. That's the cardinal number. The ordinal number will be 120th. What if it's 231, 231st? What if it's 576? It will be 576th, and so on. So now we have covered all the rules that can help you come up with the ordinal number for each cardinal number. For 1000, if the order of somebody or something is 1000, you say the order is thousandth. You add the suffix th to it. Even if the order is the million, the order is million, so you say millionth. You also add the suffix th to the end. In the upcoming part of the lesson, we will be talking about decimals, fractions, and percentages, and how to read them. Well, decimals are the numbers which contain the point. For example, 2.4. Any number that contains the point, it's pronounced point, or it's said or spoken point, but it's written as a dot, right? So, for example, a number like 2.4, that's a decimal. A number like 7.3, that's a decimal. So what you read, or how you read them, is that you read the number before the point, and then you say point, and then you read the number after the point. For example, you say 8.2, 9.6, 7.1. What if the number before the dot is 0? How do we read it? For example, we have 0.7. Well, you can read it in many ways. You can say 0.7 or note 0.7. We talked about this word before, note, and we said that this is how the British pronounce the number 0. They call it note, and note as a word is spelled N-O-U-G-H-T. N-O-U-G-H-T. That's how the British, that's the name of the number 0 for the British. They call it note. So a number like 0.7 in American English or even in British English, they call it 0.7. But chiefly in British English, they will also call it note 0.7, and you can also call it 0.7 without mentioning the 0 or the note before the point. So you have three ways of talking about this number or this decimal which has 0 before the point. You can say 0.7 or note 0.7, and we said that the spelling of note is N-O-U-G-H-T, or you can just say 0.7. What about if the number before the point is composed of more than one digit? For example, a number like 12.93. Do we say it like that? No. The number before the point or the decimal point is said as a whole. If it's 1, 2, we say 12. If it's 2, 4, we say 24. If it's 6, 3, we say 63. That's for the number or the digits before the point. After the point, you read the numbers separately, one by one. For example, a number like this, 12.93. 12.93. Well, we read this as follows, 12.93. We don't say 12.93. So the number or the digits before the point is read as a whole number. But the digits after the point, the digits after the decimal points, after the decimal point, we read them separately, digit by digit. Another example, a number like this, 59.367. 59.367. How do we read it? How do we say it in English? Well, the digits before the point are said as a whole number. In this particular number, we have 5 and 9, so we say 59 point, but the digits after the point must be said separately. So we don't say 59.367. No, not at all. We don't say it like that, but we say 59.367. This is regarding decimals and how to read them. Now, let's move in to fractions. But first, let's define what a fraction is. A fraction is when we have a number over another number. You know, it's a number divided by another number. A number, and then there is a slash, a horizontal slash under it, and then there is another number below the slash. That's a fraction. So how do we read 1 over 2 a half? 1 over 2 a half. The Americans pronounce it half. So the British say a half. The Americans say a half. 1 over 3 a third. A third. 1 over 4 a quarter. A quarter. also in American English, there is another name for this fraction, which is a fourth. A fourth. Right, so 1 over 2, a half, 1 over 3, a third or 1/3, 1 over 4, a fourth in American English, or a quarter, 1 over 5, a fifth, 1 over 6, a sixth, 1 over 7, a seventh, and so on. So we say the ordinal number of the denominator, which is the number below the slash. What if it's 2 over 3? That's 2/3, 2/3. What if it's 3 over 4? 3 over 4, that's 3/4, 3/4. What if it's 4 over 5? That's 4/5, 4/5. What if it's 7 over 3/2? That's 7/32, 7/32, and so on and so forth. And lastly, we will be discussing percentages. Percentages are how many percent of something. That's the percentage. So for example, you say 20% of the Chinese population speak English. That's 20%. That's a percentage. 20%, all right? So you say 20%, you say 10%, but that's if it's a whole number. What if we have a decimal before the percentage? You say it, for example, if it's 17.5, 17.5, we say 17.5%. 17.5%. Another example, what if it's 39.74? 39.74 before the percentage sign. We say 39.97%. 39.97%. By the way, there is a difference between the word percentage and the word percent. The percentage is the sign itself. So the sign, which is a slash surrounded by 2 zeros, one on the top and one on the bottom, this is called a percentage sign. But percent is the word that you use to refer to the percentage you're talking about. So you don't say 70%. No, you don't say it like that. You say 70%. And the word percent can be written as a single word in American English, P-E-R-C-E-N-T, but in British English it's written as two separate words, which are per and cent. Per, P-E-R, and then space, and then cent, C-E-N-T. That was a quick lesson about how to say ordinal numbers in English, how to say fractions, decimals, and percentages. I hope that was useful for you. And please, if you like the content, interact with it through sharing, through commenting, and through liking, and of course, through subscribing to the channel for our community to grow. Thank you very much for your attentive listening, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video. Enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.